All right, my name is Murray. I'd like to introduce you to Open Hack Europe and welcome you all to our event today. We're so pleased to be here. You cannot believe it. This event has taken many months in the making, and it's really, really great to see a full house. So thank you for coming. This is the third Open Hack that we've ran in Europe. The first two were in London, and this is the first one that we've had in mainland Europe. It's the 14th Open Hack that we've ran around the world. And it's so great to be in Bucharest today. We like to think of Open Hacks as a celebration of technology and creativity, a celebration of Yahoo and what it means to be a Yahoo. The Open Hack program that we run externally came from our internal innovation initiatives, and we're really proud of what we get out of these and what everybody who comes to them gets out of them. It looks like we've pretty much got a full house. I don't know how many people came through the door, but we had over 400 people register for hackers and 300 register for the tech talks. Can you put your hand up if you're a hacker? Brilliant. Well done. And put your hand up if you're a tech talk. Great, great. So what's going to happen is the hackers are going to be with us for the next 36 hours. We don't lock the doors, so if you do want to leave and come back, then you can. But if you want to get the most out of the event, I'd recommend that you stick with us throughout the whole event. We've got a place at the very back of the venue where you can grab a beanbag and go have a sleep for a couple of hours if you need it. Or you can just hack all the way through and stick with the coffee and the Red Bull. For the Tech Talk people, you're going to be here for this morning's talks. Then we're going to invite you to have lunch with us and then ask you kindly to leave. Then we're going to invite you back again for tomorrow's presentations so you can see all the hacks that were produced by the hackers, which should start around 2 p.m. tomorrow. They'll take a couple of hours to run, and then there'll be some judging, and we'll have some awards, some gifts, and have a few beers together. So if you are here just for the tech talks, please come back tomorrow and you can see what happened. Okay, so I'm going to be talking you through your essential guide to hack and hack events, particularly this event. I'm going to be talking a bit about what a hack is, what a hacker is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. I'm going to be talking about what's going to happen over the next 34 hours in a little bit of more detail so you know what to expect from the event. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to get the most out of this event. This is a very long event, there's lots of stuff going on, and there's some simple guidelines that if you follow, you'll get a lot out of it. So I'm going to kick off with a little bit of information about what a hacker is and what a hacker isn't. The word hacker, it means different things depending on who you ask. If you ask someone in the media, they might tell you that a hacker is a criminal who breaks into computer systems. If you ask someone in the movies, they might tell you that a hacker is a spy who breaks into computer systems to steal secrets for espionage reasons. But if you ask someone in the computer science circles what a hacker is, they will tell you that a hacker is a term of great respect for someone who is creative, loves building things with technology, and is just generally awesome. So these are very different meanings, and it's important that you understand why we're here today. We're not here for the former two, we're here for the latter. Many technology companies reserve the term hacker or the job title hacker for the best people in their organization, the folks that get stuff done. So hacker for us is that it's a term of great respect given to people who love technology, love being creative with technology. So hacker is not equal to cracker. So if you look around you and you see anyone who looks like that, can you ask them to leave? Anyone leaving? Okay. So, no. Right. Bad news here. Angelina Jolie isn't coming. John Travolta isn't coming, and neither is Wolverine over there on the right. So, nope. We're not espionage folks either. So, this is more like it. This looks more like the people in the audience. This is a photo taken in one of the previous hack days in Europe. So, all I'm saying is wear the hacker badge with pride, and if you're here from the media, please don't give us a write-up like this. Okay, Right, so now that we all know what hacker is, I'm going to talk a little bit about what a hack is. So a hack is a solution to a real-world problem, a solution that has been devised and implemented in a time or resource-starved situation, like, say, in 24 hours. So the reason this isn't a software development month, it's a hack day. It's an event that lasts for a short amount of time. That you guys have a challenge of coming up with a problem to solve, devising a technical solution to that problem, and then building that solution within 24 hours. And that's quite tough to do. So in order to meet that challenge, you're going to have to be creative, be innovative, and use already existing components that already exist out there on the web, either Yahoo technologies, other open web technologies, data from somewhere else on the web, and combine them in an interesting and novel way to solve the problem that you have chosen to solve. So a couple of examples of hacks. So we have an Egyptian revolution hack here. So in this situation where helmets are rare and revolutions that spin up very quickly, you haven't got much time, right? So you have to use the resources that you have around you to solve a problem. So we have a soda bottle helmet and a bun helmet. Another one here is a Cuban embargo hack. So in the absence of motorbike parts or motorbikes, this young fellow decided he was going to build a motorbike from a lawnmower engine, a bike, and a soda bottle. Very ingenious. But we're here, of course, to build technology hacks. So it's important that we focus on those. If you do want to create a bun helmet, you can. However, you won't get much interest from the judges when you do that. This hack is a good example of a hack we've seen before at OpenHack. This was created by one of the winners of the previous OpenHack in Brazil. It's a visualization of data with a time dimension that is run through an animation, where it takes data from the web through an open API that accesses Formula One scores for the history of Formula One since 1959, I think. And it visualizes that data in an interesting way and lets you play with it. So what you can do is you can choose any year from 1959 to 2009, when the hack was built. And then you can animate that season and see how each of the races went throughout the course of the season and how the various drivers scored throughout that. So it's very interesting visualization of data. Many of the hacks that we see are visualizations or mashups of data. If you want to see other examples of good hacks, go to isithackday.com/hacks. What you'll see there is a whole bunch of hacks built on Yahoo technologies and APIs. They were built by Christian Hallman. So if you want to get a better feel for what the Yahoo technologies are, then this is a good place to go. Okay, so whatever you build, it's important that you scratch your own itch. Eric Raymond, in his famous book, The Cathedral in the Bazaar, said that every good work of software starts by scratching a developer's itch. And to solve an interesting problem, start by finding a problem that is interesting to you. And that's the best advice that you'll get today. Okay, so now that we know what a hacker is and what a hack is, I'm going to talk a little bit about what OpenHack is. So OpenHack, what we try to do here is create an environment where creativity can thrive and try to engage developers within that environment with Yahoo and other open web technologies. The hack concept itself first came about in Yahoo internally in 2005, and it was a guy called Chad Dickerson who came up with it. He was challenged by coming up with an innovation initiative to get the most out of the company's staff. Now, he had a simple belief that not just executives can come up with great ideas for products, that designers and developers within the organization can come up with really brilliant ideas too. So he came up with a simple mechanism to make that happen called the Hack Day. The two simple rules that he came up with are take something from idea to prototype in a day and demo it at the end of the day in 2 minutes or less, usually less. We usually give about 90 seconds for demos, which isn't a lot of time, depending on how many we get, but you'll get that information tomorrow. So just to reiterate the environment that we're creating, if we were chefs, then the environment that we'd create would be a kitchen with a lovely oven, some lovely flowers, some great ingredients, and the best tools. We're not chefs, of course, we're computer scientists or designers, so the environment that we create is what you see around you today, in this room and the 4 other rooms further along. So the ingredients that we're adding into this environment are data from the web, Yahoo's open APIs, as well as other open APIs from across the web. Back in 2009, Tim Berners-Lee made a call for raw data now and a TED Talk, and people listened. Governments around the world have been opening their data up to the open web, so have scientific institutions, historical institutions. Open data is everywhere on the web now, and it is just waiting there to be used by you in a unique and interesting way. And be revealed to the world. Just an example of the UK's Open Government Data Program. Go to developer.yahoo.com if you want to find Yahoo's open APIs and content. Programmable web is a great place to go for open APIs. There's currently over 3,000 there, so you can search by category for any type of category that you're interested in and find data there. Reddit also has a great data set page if you go there. And The Guardian recently, well, over the last couple of years, has been, every time it writes an article based on some data it's found whilst doing its research, it will publish the raw data to the web as well so that other people can use it and combine it in new and unique ways. Another good example of open data working is Transport for London. Transport for London realized that they're not a software development house. They don't have the capacity to create the size and number of apps that are going to make Londoners' lives useful. So they just open up their raw data and let other people build businesses and applications on top of that make Londoners' lives easier. So these people who are building businesses on top of it, such as iPhone apps that let people in London find Boris bikes in various locations or find an empty stand to put one that they've got in. These people are making money from this, but they're also driving forward the agenda for Transport for London as well. So it's a great partnership between a company and developers in the world. Okay, so that's the ingredients. Now for the tools. We've brought to you today some of the very best Yahoo developers from various developer product groups to tell you all about the great tools that Yahoo has for building hacks on Hack Day, as well as for other usages in your business. We've got someone from our YUI team, our YQL team, our Boss team, our Messenger team. They're all going to be talking to you today, this morning. Okay, so we've got ingredients, we've got great tools, so we add experts. These are our technical Yahoos that we have today. Then the final ingredient to make this environment complete is you. Without you, this is just a shell environment and nothing will happen. You're the most important ingredient here, and we're here to help you be creative and have some great hacks come out of this at the end of the day. Okay, so enough of the chef analogy. OpenHack EU3. So what's going to happen over the next 34 hours? So you're probably all aware of the PBWorks wiki right now. This is a key source of information throughout the event and is also going to be where you're going to register your hacks tomorrow. So keep an eye on this. Even though you have a schedule in your welcome pack, schedules tend to change. We hope it won't, but if it does, we'll update the schedule on the wiki. Unfortunately, we can't update the one in your welcome pack. Okay, so if you're on Twitter, follow us on @OpenHackDay. Anything that happens in the event will be tweeted out there by Javi down there. So if the entertainment's about to start, we'll be tweeting about it. If food is about to be served somewhere, we'll be tweeting about it. If something interesting happens that we notice, we'll be tweeting about it. So keep an eye on the Twitter stream to hear what's happening across the venue. It is a big venue. There's 5 fairly large-sized rooms, so you're not going to know what's going on across the whole thing unless you keep an eye on the Twitter stream. Okay, we also have a hashtag. So if you're tweeting about the event and you want other people to see your tweet, use the hashtag OpenHackEU. And if you're taking photos at the event, please upload them to Flickr so that we can all enjoy them too. And use the Flickr tag OpenHackEU11. Right, so a little bit more on the venue. As you can see, there's 5 rooms here. We're all in the main room on the left. The next one along is the second track room. So there's going to be some talks in there this morning as well. We couldn't quite fit them all into this one stream. Next one along is a games room. We've got some fun games for you to play. Sometimes when you just get stuck with a problem or you've been working for 3 hours flat on your hack, you just want to take a break, go to the games room, play on the Wii, play on the Xbox. We'll have some giant Jenga, ping pong, you name it, it'll be in there. Above each of these little rooms have a balcony. So above the games room is where the press are going to be. There's going to be press at this venue. So we've asked them kindly not to trouble hackers whilst they're working. However, they will want to talk to some of you guys throughout the event. So if you want to talk to the press, then you can let me know. I'll be coming around talking to you and see what's going on. And if I think you're doing something interesting, I may suggest that you talk to the press. But there is absolutely no requirement on your part to talk to the press. Next room along, the quiet area. So there's going to be a lot of action happening in this room. The majority of the hackers will be in this room. But if you want to get to a quieter area to work, then you can go to that one. Above there is the staff room where a lot of the Yahoos are going to be. And at the very end of the venue, we've got the sleeping room. So there's no Wi-Fi in there, or it'll probably be just quite weak Wi-Fi from the room next door. So if you need to sleep at any point, grab a beanbag, head over there, get some kit, and then get back to it when you're ready. All right, so this morning we've got a bunch of tech talks that ready for you guys. They're happening in 2 rooms, this one and the one next door. At 10 a.m., straight after me, is going to be Jonathan LeBlanc. He's going to be talking about YQL. After Jonathan, we'll have Luke Smith, who's going to be talking about the YUI 3. Then we're going to have Ted Drake talking about accessibility, innovations, and challenges. Followed by Reed Burke, who's going to be talking about Node.js. In track 2, we're going to have Raul talking about BOSS, which is Yahoo's build your own search engine technology. And finally, we're going to have Vivek Agarwal, who's going to be talking about Messenger. Actually, next one's finally. He's going to be, Douglas Crockford. He's going to be doing 2 talks today. Firstly, at 12:30, he'll be talking about server-sideness, talking about server-side JavaScript from a theoretical perspective. Reed is going to be talking about Node.js specifically, so those 2 talks are going to complement each other. I don't think Douglas takes much introduction. He's very well known in the community, founder of the JSON data exchange format, and also wrote the book JavaScript, The Good Parts. Throughout the event, you're going to find people with T-shirts just like my one, green T-shirts. These are going to be staff. These guys are going to be able to help you. Many of them are going to be Yahoo technical guys who are going to be wandering the venue, finding out what you're working on, and helping you with any Yahoo technologies that you need help from. If you need to find one of them, they're at the table over there with the purple balloons above it. You see? So all of those guys are here to help you. So if you need help with any of the technologies that I've mentioned, go there, find the guys, and they'll help you out. Okay? So hacking is going to begin after the talks. So you'll have 24 hours to build your hack, and there will be a clock up on the board here, which will be a countdown, 24 hours from when it starts. You don't have that much time to build your hack, so there's a simple strategy when building your hack is once you've decided on what idea you want to build, tackle the hard problems first, right? So don't leave them till the end, because at 2 o'clock in the morning, your brain's not going to work as well as it's going to at the start. And you might run into a problem that you just can't solve in the time. So if you tackle the hard problems first, you'll be able to abandon the idea and start on a new one early enough to save the day. You'll also be asked to register your hack tomorrow by 12 p.m. And hacking will end around 1 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. Just after the hacking gong rings, you're going to have the opportunity to go to these enthusiast sessions. If you've come with a fully formed team and a fully formed idea and you just want to get going, then just do that. However, if you're still unsure about exactly what you're going to do, or you've still not got your team together and you want to meet like-minded people, or if you just want to find other ideas before you get started, then I'd recommend that you go to these enthusiast sessions. The objective of these sessions is to help you meet like-minded people, to talk about ideas with, to hear from subject matter experts in various categories who can help you with your idea and your hack. So the first enthusiast session that we've got is a hardware enthusiast session. This is going to be run by a guy called Viral Spinu. He's from RoboFun. He's brought his robots to the event, so you can go see his robots, play with his robots. He's also brought some spare hardware that you can borrow from him to build your hack. So Viral's going to be doing a couple of talks at the enthusiast session about Arduino development and embedded programming. You will also have the opportunity at these enthusiast sessions, if you want to talk about a relevant topic of interest to you, to sign up for a lightning talk, and Viral will help you do that at the hardware one, and essentially talk to the other people who are interested in that topic too. There'll also be a Got Skills, Want Skills board. So if you have an idea, but you need a designer or a front-end developer or a back-end developer for your team, you can write your idea and your name on the board, and then specify what you need for your team so other people can find you. Also, if you have some skills, like you're a front-end developer, but you don't have an idea or a team yet, you can specify your skills on the board, and then someone with an idea who needs those skills can come and find you. We've also got History Enthusiasts session going on. That's led by Matt Patterson, who's over there. Matt recently ran History Hack Day London, a very successful event that happened there in the Guardian offices. He's here with Dan Pett from the British Museum and Joe Pugh from the National Archives, and they've got lots of interesting, relevant local historical data that they can introduce you to if you want to build a history hack. I'm going to ask all of the enthusiast guys to come up and do a two-minute pitch to you later today as well. We have Roxandra Popper from TechSoup here. Roxandra's over there. She's going to be running an enthusiast session on civil society. So she's brought with her some folks from civil society, like Linny Buzzy from Let's Do It Romania, and Madeleine Mocan from the Center for Democracy. So they're going to be presenting on, essentially how technology can improve society, and they've got lots of great ideas as to that would make great hacks that would have a life beyond this event and could help to improve the society in the local area in Romania. So definitely a worthwhile activity. So go along to that one if you want to change the world. Okay, so next one, we have mixed enthusiast sessions. So we only had 4 projectors in the event, so we've got hardware, civil society, history happening separately. They'll be in the next room and the games room. We've also got a mixed session. So this is a combination of folks with various interests. For example, we have Laurentio Carametti, he's an astrophysicist from the Institute of Space Science. He's got lots of great data on the distribution of black holes in the universe and galaxies in the universe. So if you want to build a hack that can progress the astrophysics, then talk to him, and he's an interesting guy. He can help you with the maths, if you can help him with the programming. We also have Dragos Murisan from Arcaspace, who's got lots of data on spaceships and the technical details of spaceships. He's going to be talking at this. And Nick Dima, who's a music enthusiast, who's going to be talking about music APIs. If you're enthusiastic about a particular topic that's not either civil society, hardware, or his history, then you can go along to this mixed enthusiast session and sign up for a lightning talk with the API or whatever it might be that you're excited about, a hack idea, and you can present that to folks there. So the purpose of these enthusiast sessions is to help you meet like-minded people, help you form teams, learn from experts, come up with an idea, and get hacking as soon as possible. So they'll be running for about an hour. Okay, so we'll be supplying lots of caffeinated drinks throughout the event. We expect to get through thousands of cups of coffee. We'll expect you to get through thousands of cups of coffee. We'll also have Red Bull coming in at some point and giving away free Red Bull. But we'll also have breakfasts, lunches, and dinners at the appropriate times as well. So check your schedule for when they happen. Okay, so we're also going to have some folks in who are going to be giving you henna tattoos. I hope they've not got ones like that, but they'll be in the games room, I think, between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. tonight. So if you want to get some geek tattoos, then that's something to do in the entertainment space. We've got some fantastic entertainment for you tonight. I don't know if you've ever seen these guys on YouTube. Apparently they're a huge hit. They're called Algorithmics. So they dance in traditional Romanian costumes to traditional Romanian music, but they dance sorting algorithms. So the computer scientists in the room are going to love this, and the others are going to go, what the hell? So, but I promise you this is going to be funny. Okay, so after you've had some fun, worked through the night, you'll be given the opportunity to present your hack in the morning, in the afternoon tomorrow on Sunday. Presentations will be short, probably around 90 seconds. It's important that you rehearse your presentation because we will have to cut you off if you take much longer, if you take any longer. Otherwise, the whole event gets pushed out. So if I have to interrupt you, you're going to think it's rude and get mad at me. But if you rehearse in advance and get it down to 90 seconds, then we don't have to go through all of that. It's also important that you get to the point, state what problem your hack is trying to solve, tell us what technologies you used to build it, tell us how you solved the problem, and show us a quick demonstration, all in 90 seconds. Jonathan LeBlanc later on will be doing a demonstration on how not to hack, how not to present, and how to present. That'll give you more information there. So I'm sure it'll be an amusing rendition of how not to present. Right, so judging criteria. So tomorrow there will be judges sitting down here watching your presentations of your hack. They have certain criteria that they will be following in order to identify the hacks that they like. So it must be a working prototype, so not PowerPoint. PowerPoint will be frowned upon. It solves a real problem and not a made-up problem. It must use at least one Yahoo technology. We can do that because it's our event. It must be creative in some way and have some form of X factor. It must have a great user experience, be unique in some way, and be realistic that it was built in 24 hours. So if you are building on something that you've built in the past, just be honest about it in your presentation. That's absolutely fine. But if you pretend to have built something magnificent and huge, we'll probably know. So not worth doing. Our esteemed judges will be Mr. Remy Stata, who's Yahoo CTO. We've got Mr. Verijan Pambuchian, who is the chairperson of the Committee for IT&C in Romania's Chamber of Deputies. We have Mr. Ebbe Altberg, who is SVP of Media at Yahoo. Mr. Todd Hay, who is Senior Director for Yahoo's digital media platform. And Douglas Crockford, who we've mentioned before, who's according to his intranet status, is the world's foremost living authority. And I don't think anyone in this room is going to argue with that. Finally, we have Mr. Alexandru Lapusan, who is CEO at Zitec, a company in Romania. So these are the guys you've got to impress. You may wish to get them a coffee at some point throughout the event if you're really keen. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. All right, when it's all over, publish your code on GitHub. There's nothing that we get more upset about is if a great hack is presented on a day and then disappears into obscurity. We like to see them turn into something interesting, and if you don't want to do anything more with it, then you can put it on GitHub and other people can find it and fork it and do interesting things with it. Also, let us know when you do something more with it. If your hack turns into a wonderful business or changes the world in some way, we want to know that. Let us know. Stay in touch with other hackers. It's not often that you get so many developers and designers and talented people in one venue together. You're going to do a lot of networking and meet a lot of interesting people over the next 36 hours. And spending that long together, we're all going to be family by the end of the event, I can tell you that. So stay in touch with them. Keep in touch with us as well through developer.yahoo.com/blog. We'll be blogging all of our activities throughout the future on that. And follow us on Twitter @YDN. Okay, so just about finishing up, so how to get the most out of this event. So it's important that you get the right skills in your team. There's going to be plenty of developers here, but designers are probably going to be rarer. And when you're pitching something in 60 seconds, I've got to say that sometimes it really helps if you've got a great user interface and a great user experience. So hands up if you're a designer, a web designer. There's one. You're going to be popular. Oh, there's a few. There's a few. See? Remember who these people are. They can help you. Okay? Hands up if you're a software developer. Yeah, most. Okay. Hands up if you're something else. Yeah, let's talk later. I'd like to know why you are. Okay, so practice your pitch. Mentioned that before. Do a test drive. Come to Jonathan LeBlanc's demonstration on how not to pitch later. That's going to be useful. Find a subject matter expert. So that might be one of the Yahoos who's an expert in one of the technologies you want to use. It might be one of the historians or astrophysicists or hardware hackers that can help you with something that you're not an expert on. So the enthusiast sessions will be able to help you with that. And other hackers as well. Meet people who are experts in things. Tweet that if you need help with something, Python, PHP, whatever, tweet it out. And if we don't have someone at Yahoo, then another hacker might come and help you. Take breaks, play, get a tattoo. If you just sit hard at it, you'll probably burn yourself out in no time. So every now and again, when you hit a hard problem, go take a break, come back, you'll probably have the solution. And network, community. And most of all, have some fun. It's hard. It's a light-hearted event. It's about having fun, working with other creative people, and seeing what happens. We're always surprised by what happens at these events. We have no idea what people are going to produce until they get up here and present it, and that's a really intriguing thing. Okay. Before I go, I just want to remind you all that we have a charity interest at this event as well. We're working with Kids on Computers to crowdsource computer equipment that we're going to donate to projects in schools in Romania who need computer equipment for various educational projects. So any donations that you give to Kids on Computers will go to a great cause and are very much appreciated. The desk is out the front there just by the registration. So if you didn't bring something today, bring something in tomorrow if you do go home.